because I think you're overthinking this.
I feel like I need diagrams and schematics.
Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain. Waiting for the bus in the rain, waiting for the bus in the rain.
Stop requested.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Stop Requested, episode 17. Not that we're keeping track. I am Brad. This is
Justin. I'll get it.
you 17 for 17 for the intro.
No.
You are?
Okay.
All right. This week we have a very exciting episode. Proper episode. We have a very proper episode. Today we are going to talk about bathroom etiquette. The male bathroom etiquette.
We don't have any idea what it's like over there on the other side.
No, in the women's bathroom, I just
That's
assume...
like a foreign planet over there.
Yeah, I just assume you guys go rogue.
I don't even think you use the facilities. I think you... Do they? Do they actually use the toilets?
No, women don't.
Oh, okay.
We should speak in this accent the entire time.
I think you should stop.
All right, but I was doing so good.
Male etiquette in the bathroom. Now, we'll go over there's different types. There's like, you've got your different types of public facilities, if you will. You've got like the urinals, you've got the individual, like, clearly for one, then they've got the one for multiple people. Then, you got like the sports venues where it's just a trough and stuff. We'll go over everyone.
A trough. I don't even know if the women realize that the men get a trough.
The best thing about the trough is the ice. You're not supposed to eat it, but the ice is the best part.
Not every trough gets ice, though.
That's true. See, there's so many discrepancies. This is insane.
All right, let's start off. You're going number one, so this should be the first rule.
Well, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Number one, there's a wall of urinals lined up.
Remember, there's urinal for men, and then there's urinals for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, there's usually only one kid urinal.
Yes.
And it's always a few feet shorter.
Explain how you would do it, because I disagree.
Okay, so
this is so complicated.
Say there's five,
right?
Well, 5 is just the number I threw out. It could be any number more than 2. So say there's 5 urinals lined up. The first guy should go to the furthest urinal. Guy number 2 should go to the closest urinal. Guy number 3 should split the even distance at the urinal.
His theory behind that is that everyone has equal buffer zone.
Maximum buffer space. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Guy number 4 splits guy number 3 and guy number 1, okay? Because the theory is guy number 1 is going to be done first, so he will be leaving, opening up another buffer
that
zone.
guy 4 knew who guy 1 and 3 are, right?
No, these could be strangers. This is for stranger
I don't mean they know each other on a personal level. I just mean, does guy 4 walking in and goes, okay, this is guy 1, this is guy 2, this is guy 3. Oh, I'm guy 4. I go here. Anyways.
I just assume that this was something that all men knew.
What I do is I go in and I look. If there's room for buffer, I'm all about giving you room. Okay. And I want the room.
Right.
But there's times where there is just no, that can't happen. And you just pee wherever you gotta pee. I'll even pee in the little boys' urinal. I don't care as long as I'm getting done where I need to get done.
Sometimes the boys' urinal though is right at.
You can pee down though.
You can, but it's all right.
See, I think your theory is like. I think ultimately we both could compromise. If there is buffer space available,
maximize buffer space.
Use the buffer space. But I don't think there needs to be a pecking order. I don't think there needs to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's...
All right. Now, when you're doing the business at the urinal, what's your thought? Are you looking straight ahead? Are you looking around? Are you making eye contact?
Well, I have a couple of things to say about that. From what I noticed, guys usually just look down. Sometimes they spit. And then there's always the one guy that just, lets one fly. I mean...
I noticed...
If you're on a date or something, you've been holding that in for a couple minutes, yeah, let it go. But, I don't really appreciate the...
How can I not laugh if I'm standing next to you and you fart? How could I not laugh? If we're strangers. If you fart, I'm going to start laughing.
See, I just think it's kind of ballsy for that guy to do that. Anyways.
When I'm at the urinal, I notice almost uncontrollably, I look up and to the right. That's...
Wait, up and to the right?
Up and to the right. I'm at the urinal, so I'm
just
like
trying to
inches
picture
away
that.
from the wall. Inches away from the wall.
You're like
I'm just,
this. You're like...
as if I'm staring at an airplane off in the distance. I just look up and to the right, and I can't control it.
See, that's why you get a lot of buffer space, because people think that you're kind of not all there.
Plus, I like to have a wide stance.
What are you, George Costanza?
I like to take up, I like to, prohibit any encroachment on my buffer
So
space.
let's talk about the trough situation.
The trough, okay. The trough, there should always be maximum buffer space when possible.
But like to explain to some people, because some people like the girls out there, they don't know.
Yeah.
You go to like a sports venue,
and it's traditionally
and
at a
it's
sports
legitimately it's legitimately you walk in and there's 3 or 4 toilets, and then there's just this giant trough along the wall, like a water trough for horses.
Yeah.
And sometimes they pour ice in it, and you're wondering why they pour ice. It actually kills the smell.
Right, it does kill the
a very
smell.
good job of killing
and
the
it
smell.
helps wash down.
True.
Yeah.
It gives you something to shoot at, too.
Yeah, you see if you can melt the ice.
I like to call it target practice.
Target practice, yeah. You single out a cube and you go for it.
But anyways, there's no etiquette. It's
no
etiquette. And Brad's theory is all good and dandy, but when you're at a hockey game and you've had a couple sodas and you've been standing in line for 10 minutes, you're not going to wait for the 4th guy to replace the 5th guy.
No.
You just go to wherever literally that much room. If there's that much room, that you better be.
Yeah.
You better take it.
If you can fit in that space, you're going to fit in that space.
The guy behind you will tackle you and take that spot.
But when they give you the trough, you're expected to act like an animal anyway because you're peeing in a trough.
Yes, you're right.
So,
and then the last one is the one that you rarely run into, is what I was telling you before, is you'll go to a men's bathroom, and you'll go in there, and it's clearly meant for one, but there's a sink, a toilet, and a separate urinal. And for the longest time, I was always under the impression, if I was in there going number 1, and someone's knocking on the door, I have to go number 2, I should theoretically let them in, because there's no divider,
but there's an open
separate toilet.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If I was going number 2 and some guy knocks on, hey, I just have to go pee, I would, waddle over and unlock the door and let him use.
And you're going to share a one-room,
yes,
one-room facility.
I was told I was wrong in a very harsh manner earlier today.
I would be mad if I knocked on the door.
It never actually has happened, but that until about 20 minutes ago was the impression I was under of how those toilets work.
Imagine, though, you're in the bathroom, squatting, right, making number 2. You hear and from the outside of the room, you're the person knocking on the door, you hear a, come in. Like, you're just going to go in.
I never thought of it
Or do you yell out, I'm pooping, but the urinal's open, come on in.
I was just confused by the construction. It was like, why would I limit this just because, if you want it to be a single operation, don't even put the urinal in there. I guess is what I'm saying. Just throw in a toilet, because I get confused.
What about stall usage? Is there etiquette for you when you have to use a stall?
Well, let me just say, first and foremost, I never used to be a public toilet user.
I think a lot of people go through a phase in their life where if they feel they can make it to home base,
everybody wants home bowl advantage. But
right. Home bowl advantage.
Anyways, I've noticed lately that when I use a public toilet, there's always there's always that guy that comes in and he knows you're in there, but yet he still coughs and sniffs. There's always the sniff. Have you ever noticed that? Like, you'll be using the toilet and there's always that guy that's in there. Like, they got a runny nose, but I think that there's more to it. Like, I think...
You think they're trying to send, like, a code to you?
No, it's not a code thing. I think they're just it's like a taste test. Just get...
Like, they're trying to gauge what you might have eaten based on your smell?
I don't know, but I'm just telling you, next time you use the facilities, you'll notice the sniffer, the cougher, that kind of thing. But I don't have any etiquette on the toilet. I don't put the paper down... because once you realize that a dollar bill has more germs on it than a public toilet, and that you'll touch money and literally eat right after you just touched money.
Yeah.
But then when you go to go number 2, you've got to line the thing with, 2 inches of paper.
The gasket.
Yeah, I don't believe in the gasket.
The butt gasket.
It's stupid.
I don't do that either. I will wipe the seat. I will do a pre-wipe and a post-wipe of the seat.
I don't do the post. I will do the pre. The one thing
I always try to have courtesy for the person.
The one thing you need to remember is always check before you release the hounds, I guess, is make sure there's toilet paper, because I've got plenty of stories of sitting down, relaxing, doing the work, and then realizing there's no toilet paper. And then what do? You can't. What if you're the only one in the bathroom and you can't ask somebody next to you for a roll? I've had to call the customer service desk at Kroger.
While you were squatting?
Yes, I had to call.
On the toilet, you called the manager at the store.
I've had to use my white undershirt. It was a porta-john. I was doing some landscaping.
That's different. If you're a porta-john,
you don't have a choice.
No,
man.
you're in trouble in that situation.
I'm not trying to be funny. I didn't have a choice. The best is when I got home that day and
your parents are like, "Where's your shirt?
How was your day? You're missing something." Oh yeah.
All right.
Lincoln.
Real quick, what do you feel about talking in the bathroom?
It's weird.
When is it okay or when is it not okay?
I think overall it's kind of always okay because it's kind of funny.
No. There should be no talking at the urinal, no talking in the stall. Okay, talking can only happen when you're washing hands.
Just so you know, we all know I work at an ice rink and there's high school teams there. And in the hockey world, you don't use the toilet in your locker room. You go to the public toilet.
Right.
So they'll go in groups.
Right.
Which is weird. And they talk. I think that's funny. I think that's kind of funny. But I would never talk to a stranger. Like, I wouldn't, hey,
how's it going in there, buddy?
Yeah, that... you really got a hold of that one. I don't...
Salsa, huh? Well, you know what's next?
It's the National Pointless Holiday of the Week.
Pointless Holiday of the Week. This National Pointless Holiday of the Week is celebrated on January 20th. That's 2-0. It is it is National Disc Jockey Day.
Disc. D-I-S-C. And Brad used to be a disc jockey.
I've done weddings before, but I wouldn't call myself.
Well, you got paid. Right?
All right, this is a little bit my holiday.
Yeah,
this is a little bit my holiday.
You have to do a Brad episode every once in a while.
Did you know that the first disc jockey was an experiment on the airwaves? In 1909, it was a 16-year-old, Ray Newby. That's where the term comes from. You're a newbie.
No way.
You're right, I just made that up. But it is his name.
I believed it.
Ray Newby. It sounded legit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, it wasn't until 25 years later that the radio commentator coined the term disc jockey. So,
do they say where they get it from?
California is where they...
I get the disc, but why the jockey part,
Because they're... I don't know.
Yeah, just stop.
Anyway, January 20th, National Disc Jockey Day. So, make sure you reach out and...
Thank your disc jockey?
Yeah, for spinning the records that you love to hear. So,
is that even a job anymore?
It's phasing out. That's why I got out.
Well, we need to get out into the bus.
All right, so we got to run. Thanks for watching, subscribing, sharing with your friends, commenting, liking. Is there anything else? Oh, check out our new Facebook page, facebook.com/Stop Requested Show. All one word.
Show's included?
Show is included. Because I think somebody else already had the Stop Requested part. So I had to add show. Anyway, check it out. Until next time, I've been Brad. This has been
Justin.
And you just watched Stop Requested.